If you want to be a successful software engineer, then obviously you will enroll yourself in the engineering college. And if you aspire to be a doctor, then obviously you would want to take up the MBBS. Now, you want to be a homemaker. That's your conscious choice. Unfortunately, we do not have an institution that teaches homemaking. And no, there is no such structured or a prescribed educational system that talks about homemaking or that would actually groom you to be a wonderful homemaker. So, whatever that you succeed in terms of homemaking, it is based on, usually the judgment of the people around you or the kind of functionality that you are able to achieve at the end of the day actually determines your efficiency as a homemaker. So now do you understand that homemaking, although it's a full-time job, it doesn't really train you to be a homemaker in any way, in any form of institution. It's just that you are literally jumping into a swimming pool, not knowing how to swim, and eventually, with your experience, you will learn to swim on your own. Yes, be it homemaking, be it parenting, or being a good cook as a homemaker, all of these, it's not that you go to a particular institution and get trained for it. No, you just develop these skills over a period of time with the experience that you gain. So, yes, according to me, homemaking is a very challenging job wherein it's not just that you have a particular skill set so that you can be efficient as a homemaker, but you need to literally master in terms of, people management, and you have to enrich and evolve your culinary skills. And of course, parenting is something that nobody trains you for, right? There's no institution. You need to learn all of this all on your own based on the experiences that you have. So, you, yes, you, the homemaker who is sitting there and watching me, you are doing a marvelous job because, as I said, you're not trained for anything as such. You just look at your mom, you just look at your elders, and you gain the knowledge just by merely observing them. And given the nature of job, that being a homemaker, as I always say, is not easy. And yes, of course, it's a full time job. Do you think such a job can be accomplished by maintaining your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health properly? It is possible, but usually, most of the times, we do not achieve that kind of peacefulness when we get into homemaking, because we are faced with challenges unknown. We are faced with things that we are not prepared for that particular day. And there are times that we lose our cool. We tend to show our anger because the kind of pressure that comes up, as I said, it is all unsaid situations. It's all something that you are not certain about certain things, and you are just made to face that. So for that, it is just your experience, and it is just at that moment how you evolve yourself emotionally, and how well you tackle the situation with complete poise and peacefulness in your mind. So yes, it is very important that we try and emphasize on the point that any physical ailment that we may come across is always psychosomatic, which means everything starts from here. you know Everything starts from your mental health, your emotional health, which then manifests into your physical ailment. So it is very important for us homemakers, especially because, as I said, the situations that we face, we are not trained for such things. Some things come up, and we don't know how to face it, or for that matter there is no such progress card or no such thing, that yes, I have secured so much percentage in homemaking in an institution, and yes, I'm efficient and I know what to do at what time. There is no such thing, right? So it's something that you have to do on your own spontaneously. So that's the reason why it is very important that in order to maintain the poise, in order to maintain the peacefulness during our homemaking process, it is very important that we give importance to our mental health. So in this video, I would be talking exactly about that. It is like, how well we can manage situations in our day-to-day life as a homemaker. And if you are interested in such kind of content, then you are at the right place today. You have scrolled and you have chosen the right video. Hi, I am Vaishnavi, and my channel is all about homemaking motivation. And apart from showing how to keep the house clean and organized and sharing my ideas about organization and cleanliness of the house, I also love to talk about the mental health of us homemakers. And no, I'm no life coach, and I don't consider myself as an expert to be talking on all such topics. But yes, I would love to share with you all beautiful homemakers, all the experiences that I have gone through and all the lessons I have been able to learn out of these experiences. Then yes, this platform called YouTube is such a wonderful place where I can really share all the things. And I hope it is of some use to all the homemakers. So, as the title suggests, let us try and find out what are those key factors or what are those key things that we need to keep in our mind in order to achieve the peacefulness as homemakers. Because I would like to emphasize again, being a homemaker is not an easy job. So, without any further ado, let's start the video. And as always, I'm going to segregate it in terms of a few key points so that I can convey my points very precisely and properly so that it can be helpful. So, let's start the video. You take up anything in life, every task to be performed requires a certain amount of pre-prep. And when I say pre-prep, it also means that even the mundane activities of a homemaker, or for that matter, the major complex tasks that we take up as homemakers on a daily basis, it requires a pre-prep. And when I say pre-prep, it's not just in terms of, meal preparation or trying to keep things very organized so that you know the husband who's uh, going to the office and the kids who are going to the school, they experience the perfect functionality of the house. No, it is not just confined to that. Of course, such kind of prep is required as a homemaker, but apart from that, there's something that is called the mental preparedness of a homemaker. And it's not that we would love to ignore such aspects, but then let's face the fact, we do not give it that kind of importance. We say, yeah, I'm fine, yeah, I can manage, yeah, so what, I have a to-do list, I have a schedule, and I can take care of it. But it's very important for us to realize that we need to give that kind of importance, that kind of time, energy towards the mental preparedness of us homemakers on a daily basis. And this can be achieved by very few steps, very few simple ways wherein we can ensure that we are prepared for the day. And the first thing that I firmly believe is very important for us homemakers in order to achieve this kind of mental preparedness is that we need to make sure that we wake up at least 2 hours before our family members wake up. It is very important because when we wake up early, we are getting those extra 2 hours to prepare ourselves in so many ways. Of course, as I said, preparing the meals and all those things, of course, they require time, but this is at a physical level. Have you ever thought that this kind of pre-prep needs to be done on a mental level also, on an emotional level also, of course, on a spiritual level? It is important. And there are very simple ways to prepare yourself for the day when it comes to being emotionally stable, being mentally strong to face any kind of challenges during the day as a homemaker. The first and foremost thing, according to me, is make good, use of those peaceful hours that you get by waking up early. That is, by waking up before your family members. So that kind of peacefulness, it is in terms of physical level, and it is in terms of the energy level, because everyone is sleeping, so there is no much traffic around in the house, for you to get distracted. And on an energy level also, since they all are sleeping, so you can have that kind of focus, concentration, in case you want to do a beautiful exercise for your mental capacity, which is called meditation. So you have that kind of peacefulness that is required for meditation. Or if you're not a person who is good at meditation, you can also have that peaceful time, and you can you can consider that as your me time, wherein you are actually sitting with yourself, with your thoughts, and trying to get clarity and preparing yourself. Basically, you're trying to um, inculcate the peacefulness within you, because it is like, once you get onto the routine, once people wake up in the family, it's like you do not get that kind of time for yourself. And also, there is a chance that you get frustrated at times, that what is this, I'm just working around the clock, I don't have time for myself. Can I not just sit and be with myself, like do whatever I want? This you cannot demand if you wake up along with your family members. It is not possible, because the job of homemaking is so demanding that you have to maintain the functionality of the home. And during that time, if you get frustrated saying that I'm not getting my time, I'm not able to focus on myself, it's of no use. If you really want that kind of time for yourself, please wake up early morning. And it really works like magic, as long as you have that kind of me time, it really works like miracle for your mental peace. And I can tell you how. See, it's like during the day, if I face some kind of challenge, something that I was not ready for, and I'm under severe pressure, I'm like really stressed out. I need to, do this, but I'm under stress. So at that time, I'll have the consciousness to take a pause, because I have started my morning so peacefully. So um, I have that kind of knowledge, or I can acknowledge that I need this kind of time to take a pause, just reflect back towards those peaceful hours that I spent with myself, and I can reassure myself that I was able to create that peacefulness in me during those hours. That was me who created the peacefulness. And now that I'm under stress, I don't have to yell at anybody. No, I don't have to shout. I don't have to show my anger under pressure or under stress. I can just remind myself that it was me who created that peacefulness for all those moments, for all those hours, or for all those minutes, maybe. And that will give me the confidence that yes, I can bring this peace in me again. So think about it. This is most vital, according to me. This is the most important thing that we usually forget, and that is to wake up early before our family members wake up. Never take the enemies of homemaking for granted. They come in all sorts of shapes and forms. And yes, as I always say, we are never prepared for those challenges. We are never prepared for those kind of stressful situations. It just comes. And it is at that time that we need to be very alert, and to face such kind of enemies, you also need a variety of tools or weapons to fight against and also to defeat such enemies. So it's not like you just have a particular skill set and say that, oh, I can handle situations, I can handle stressful situations as a homemaker. No, it doesn't work that way. So yes, it is very necessary that you try and develop a combination of skill sets. And when I say combination of skill sets, it is primarily three skill sets that is really required in order to maintain the peacefulness in your mind as a homemaker. So the first skill in the combination of skill set is going to be empathy. The second skill you need to have is that of good communication. And the third skill, last but not the least, is the skill of problem solving. So I can just explain it how exactly it works. So in my experience, whenever I face any stressful situation, and I'm literally compelled from within that I need to yell at somebody, I need to just lash out, I need to just vent out my frustration. I had planned for it, but why is it not happening the way I wanted? It happens. It is at that time I need to make myself aware that no, there is a choice. It's not necessary that I need to vent out my frustration in terms of my anger or yelling at people. At that time, I need to remind myself that there is one skill that will make me, stay poised as a homemaker, and that is the quality of empathy. Yes, when I say empathy, when you face a particular situation with a particular person, it can be even maids. Sometimes maids really, uh, kind of, they really test your temper. In my case, since I do not have a maid that I have to deal with, uh, so for me, dealing with a maid doesn't really come into question. But there are homemakers I have seen personally, in my own circle. They tend to get really irritated. They tend to lose their calm, and I'm not blaming those homemakers, because of course certain maids can try your patience. They will test your temper, because it's like, you want to get the work done, and it's not happening, and the kind of money you're giving to the person. So it again comes down to the skill of people management as a homemaker. And if you're not taking the example of a maid, it can also be with kids, it can be with your own family members, wherein situations are such that you're under stress, you are under pressure, that you are trying to ensure the functionality of the home, and something goes wrong, and you cannot maintain the poise, you cannot maintain the peacefulness in your attitude, in your talks. So at that time, as I said, we need to develop this combination skill set, and the first one being that of empathy. So empathy is where we need to understand the other person. We need to try and understand the perspective of the other person. As long as we say that, no, I am perfect, I am correct, what I am doing is right, as long as we have that kind of attitude, I don't think we can achieve any kind of peacefulness during the day. Be it any mundane task, or be it something that is stressful, or maybe it can be an event that you are hosting as a homemaker. So for all such situations, if you need to maintain that kind of poise, the first and foremost skill that you need to develop as a combination skill set is that of empathy. You need to understand the perspective of the other person as well. And the more you show empathy towards a particular situation, person, it is beneficial for you, because this particular skill, or this particular quality in you, will ensure that you do not lose the calmness of your mind, or you do not lose the poise, and you will be successful at maintaining the peacefulness. Once you really develop the skill within you, and you make sure that yes, I am going to show empathy towards this particular person, The next skill is not very tough to be developed within you. It will just come along with the package, and that is the skill of communication. You're now in a space where you can communicate with the other person. It's not like you turn a deaf ear and you say, what I'm doing is right, my way is highway, I am right always, I'm perfect. You will leave that kind of attitude and you will come to a level where you are able to communicate to the other person in a very polite yet assertive way. And when this communication is possible, the third skill in the combination skill set will also come along, and that is the skill of problem solving. So, once you realize that I need to understand the other person, I need to communicate properly, you will be very much convinced internally that yes, I should not be cribbing about the problem, rather, let me focus on the solution for this problem. And that is so vital to maintain the peacefulness in your mind as a homemaker. So, you will have the ability to, you know, kind of understand the situation and then proposing a solution for that rather than flaring up, or rather than just showing your anger. Because whenever we show anger, whenever we yell at people, or whenever we are not able to handle situations well, end of everything, at the end of the situation, at the end of the day, it's always we who cut a sorry figure, because we know it is against our nature and we feel sorry. So if you want to avoid all this kind of drama and you want to achieve the peacefulness as a homemaker, then I would highly recommend the combination skill set that I just talked about. That is empathy, communication, and last but not the least, the problem solving skill. Everybody, no matter what is their profession, they will face this kind of a thing during the day, or during, taking up a task or something, and that is, people being judgmental about you. And as a homemaker, the risk of this particular thing increases double fold, because as I said here, it's the people around you who are, evaluating your efficiency. It's always the kind of functionality that you render for your house that will determine your efficiency. And of course, there are people who can be very judgmental. I'm not saying be a people pleaser, or I'm not saying be so harsh on yourself that you try to be the best homemaker and get the title that, oh wow, she's a good homemaker. It's of no use. That doesn't really make any sense. Losing your individuality, trying to please people only so that you get a good title of being a good homemaker, doesn't make any good for you as an individual. But we also cannot deny the point that people are going to judge us. People around us are going to be judgmental. Now, in this given scenario, you cannot control people from being judgmental towards you, but yes, you can always control the kind of response that you have towards such judgmental people. And all of this you're doing because you want to maintain the peacefulness at home as a homemaker, in order to achieve the mastery over this particular thing as to how to handle the judgmental people. The first and foremost thing that you need to keep in your mind is, first thing, whenever you come across anything that people are trying to be judgmental about it, first you need to understand the motivation behind all such kind of judgmental comments, or whatever kind of behavior they exhibit towards you. You need to understand what is their motivation behind that. And when you know the motivation behind, you are very clear in your mind that it's not about you. No, it's never about you. It's about their own insecurities. They are governed by their own insecurities, which will make them judge you. So once you have this kind of knowledge, I don't think you will spend your energy in trying to prove yourself or try to get a validation from such people. So, yes, the second thing is that by having this knowledge about their motivation, the second key point is that you will become self confident. That is, you will know your worth, and you will know that your worth is not going to be decided by these judgmental people or by the views of such people. You'll be rest assured that I know my worth. And next comes like the third point that you need to keep in your mind while you're handling such judgmental people is that you get the awareness of setting boundaries. When I say setting boundaries, it is like you understand that it is very much necessary that you stand up for yourself, and politely yet assertively you will set boundaries that okay, fine, uh, you want to give me a constructive criticism, you're most welcome. But if you are speaking out of your own insecurities to pull me down or to look down upon me, then I am not the one who's going to take it. So you will have this kind of awareness, and this will ensure the peace of mind. And this will literally change the game for you as a homemaker, because you know your worth, and you know how to handle them. So always keep these three key points in your mind whenever you have to face, or whenever you have to handle rather, such judgmental people in your life. So these are the things that I've been able to learn out of my own personal experiences in life, and I have come to a conclusion that there's nothing more precious than your peace of mind, especially as a homemaker. Because as long as you're peaceful, it will really affect the efficiency in you, it will affect the environment in your home. So always keep in mind that maintaining that kind of peace is always in your hands. It's not that it is dependent on the situation of the people. And as long as we keep certain key points in our mind before starting the day or during the day, it will always ensure that we remain poised, and we don't have to cut a sorry figure at the end of the day because we lashed out at somebody or because we yelled at somebody under pressure. You will maintain the dignity, and you will be so satisfied as a homemaker that yes, i I could sail through the day so softly and so swiftly without any anger issues, without any, um, coming under pressure, without being stressful. And basically, you will be so happy at the end of the day if you follow such, small yet vital key points in your life. So, as I said, we homemakers are doing a marvelous job. Undoubtedly, we are doing the most amazing job because, as I said in the beginning of the video, we are not trained for this. Nobody literally train us for all these things and for the kind of job that we take up, which involves a lot of stressful things. So it is very important that we always maintain our mental health in every way, so that it will always benefit us on a physical level, rather than compromising your emotional and mental health and then also, you know allowing it to manifest on your physical appearance or physical health. It is better that you become wise, learn certain emotional intelligence in life, so that you can remain efficient and also stay emotionally stable and poised all day long. I hope you liked this video today. And if you liked, then please, I will be waiting for your feedback. So feel free to comment in the comment box below. And until next time, please take care of yourself. Please take care of your mental health as a homemaker, because you are very precious to your family. So until next time, happy homemaking, and take care of yourself. Thanks for watching the video.